Hello guys, it's Steph here. Yet another pen from a past pen haul. Another pen that we need to get out to somebody, for somebody to enjoy rather than being sat in a drawer. I've fully restored it, cleaned it up, and it's in all working order. Don't forget, people, to subscribe just down there. If you enjoy the video, press that thumbs up symbol. If you don't, no problem. But what we've got for you here, nice and simple. Let's go straight to the cap and the clip, and you'll see there we've got a Geha. It's a Geha fountain pen. I presume that's how you pronounce it, but it's a Geha fountain pen. It's a piston filled fountain pen made in Germany. Now the Geha company, very briefly, I believe was founded in 1980 by two brothers. I think it was it Heinrich and Konrad Hartmann from Hanover in Germany. Initially they were sort of, stationery supplies, office equipment, etc. And then in 1950s, they began making fountain pens, competing against the likes of the Pelican company. In fact, I believe in 1990, Pelican actually bought them out. So that's very briefly who they are. These Geha pens, I believe, made them in different colours, different configurations, etc. So you'll see, different models, etc. I'm not quite sure what model this one is, whether is it a 700? I don't know. Or if we look at the cap, to the top of the cap, this sort of banding, it may be a 760. But either way, although it was a school pen, I think it's a quality made fountain pen, and an interesting pen as well. The size of it is 126 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice 12 millimeters in diameter. You can see the clip was shown you before, but a little bit reminiscent of Pelican, I think, as well. And as we saw, the Geha to the top. And as I say, on this one, it has a slightly wider sort of rings to the top of the clip there, which may say that it's a 760. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, leave a comment. You can see to the bottom of the barrel, sorry, not the barrel, the cap, it's got this slightly thin cap band as well. But as I say, all in all, a very nice quality made pen. As you can see, it's this sort of, we term this as a torpedo shaped fountain pen. Let's take off the cap for you there. Let's show you the pen in numerous different angles. Very nice indeed. And as I said, it's got a little interesting feature which we'll show you in a moment. But you can see there, it's got this lovely clear ink view window there. We mentioned it's a piston filler, which means if we turn the piston knob to the end there you go. You can see the piston working inside the barrel, as you can see there. Then we've got the section, which on this particular pen is a transparent section. It does have a slight crack in it, which I've actually filled in, and I believe it's actually stabilized, so it shouldn't cause any problem. And then we've got the Geha 14 karat gold nib. Okay, so a nice nib, as you can see there. There's a sideways view. In fact, you can see the transparency in the section there. And then if we turn it over, we've got this lovely yeah, you know, sort of a ladder feed underneath. But if you look carefully, just to the bottom there, you'll see this little protruding little knob. Now what that is on this particular pen, it actually has a sort of spare, if you like, ink capacity or an ink reserve. And apparently what happens is when the pen, you see the ink actually runs out in this particular section here, what you can do is actually push down on this little protruding knob. Let's try and give it a bit closer so you can see it. Okay, it's in green on this particular model. And if we push it down as far as it'll go, you can see it sort of opens up this area here, or this ink reservoir, and it allows you then to carry on writing until you fill the pen back up. Okay, now as you can see, it's gone down straight to the bottom there, and you think, oh, well, how do I open it again or close it? Well, in effect, what happens is that if you actually turn it, well, when you come to actually fill the pen again with ink, you would turn the piston all the way to the top like so. Okay, you'd fill your pen with ink, so you'd put the piston all the way back again. And then if you look to the feed there, it actually sort of resets this little button to the very top there. So very interesting, I personally think. I think that's a great idea. And for a school pen, supposedly, what a superb, superb idea. It's not the largest of pens at 126mm capped, but in my hands, it's still a nice, comfortable pen to hold. It's got a fine nib. It looks like a fine nib. Now, I know you people sometimes ask, well, why don't I do a writing sample on all pens? But you can see I've actually cleaned everything internally. And basically what I'm going to do is try and find a new home for this pen. So I don't want to sort of fill it back up with ink and then go through the process of cleaning everything again. So rather than fill it for testing purposes, yeah, I'm not going to do a writing sample, full stop. But yeah, what we'll do, we'll find a new home for it, and whoever purchases the pen can fill the pen up with their favourite ink and enjoy it for many years to come. So there we have it, yet another pen we're not too familiar with, the Geha pen. As I said, they come in different sort of varieties, different, yeah, you know, different models, etc. Not quite sure which one this is, so once again, leave a comment if you know. But there we have it. Either way, leave a comment anyway in the comment section. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, as I've just said, leave a comment. A lot of you don't actually, for some reason, you're a little bit shy. You don't leave comments, so don't be shy. Leave a comment. We're all fun and happy here, so it shouldn't be a problem. So, I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. And don't forget, Slava Ukraini. From me, I'll just say bye-bye for now.